Hey everyone, welcome back. Over the last few videos, we have done a lot of heavy lifting. We pulled data from NCPI and we learned some pro-level Python tricks. So today we are putting it all together to build a fundamental bioinformatics algorithm from scratch. If you want to compare two massive genomes, doing a full sequence alignment like we did with like BWA, that takes massive computing power. But what if you just want a quick mathematical fingerprint of a genome to see how complex it is or to quickly identify a species? So you use K-mers. Today we are going to learn what a K-mer is and we are going to write a highly optimized Python function to count them. Okay, so let's jump into VS Code. So K-mer. So what is a K-mer? The word K-mer sounds intimidating, but it's actually very simple. The K stands for a number like 3, 4, or 5, and mer stands for part. So a 3-mer is just a DNA sequence. 3-mer, it's just a DNA sequence that is exactly 3 letters long. A 5-mer is 5 letters long. So if I give you a sequence like A, T, G, C, G, A, and for all ask you for all the 3 mers. Okay, so you just slide a window of size 3 across the sequence one letter at a time. So first 3 mers will be A, T, G. Okay, then slide your window over the second part and it will be T, C, G. The next one will be G, C, G, and so on. Okay, by counting how many times these tiny words appear, we create a unique statistical profile for the organism. So let's write the code to do this. Okay, so first of all, let's create a dummy DNA sequence to practice on. Okay, we will make it repetitive so we get some interesting results. So we will call this DNA sequence. Okay, if a beginner writes a K-mer counting function, they will usually use a standard for loop and a Python dictionary to keep track of the counts. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, so we will define a function, define count K-mers beginner. Okay, sequence K. Then we will write K-mer counts is this much. This will count K-mers using a standard loop and dictionary. Okay, so the standard loop will be for I in range length of sequence minus k, okay, and plus 1. What this will do is calculate how far we can slide the window without going off the edge, okay, and then k-mer will be sequence I to I plus k, okay, and if we haven't seen it before, we will add it to the dictionary. We will add it like this: k-mer not in uh, k-mer counts. We will add it to the dictionary, right? And then add 1 to the count. K-mer counts K-mer plus equals 1. Okay, and then finally we will return K-mer counts. Okay, and then we can just simply print count K-mer's beginner and we will give it the DNA sequence and what else? K. Yeah, we will give it the value. Suppose K is equal to 4. So let's run this code and what we see is this much. So the logic is perfectly sound. Okay, we slide a window, I is to I plus k. We grab the slice, check if it is in our dictionary and update the tally. If you run this, you will see that the 4 K-mer appears 4 times, right? But if you have been watching my pro tip videos, you know we can do this much better. Okay, so in previous video we learned about collections.counter, and in another video we learned about Python comprehensions. I would suggest you to go watch those videos to get a better idea. So we were going to combine them to write the ultimate blazing fast K-mer counter in just 2 lines of code. So what we will do is we will first of all import collections, and from collections we will import counter. Okay, now we will define a small function count K-mer's pro version. Okay, we will input sequence and K. So what we will do here is we will create the sliding window slices and feed them directly into the counter. So what we will do is return counter sequence I to I plus K. Okay, and for I in range length of sequence minus K plus 1. Okay, now we will test it. Row results is equal to count K-mers, not beginner. We will use pro, and then we will give it the DNA sequence, and let's suppose K is equal to 3, and then finally we will print it. Let's call it something like pro results. Okay, and then we will print pro results. Okay, and we will also print the absolute most common trimmer. So what it will give us, we can write printf, then we'll add a new line. Most abundant trimmer will be pro results dot most common and 1. That will give us the absolute most common trimmer. And let's see and look at how elegant that is. Instead of writing 10 lines of if else dictionary logic, we just generate the slices and feed them straight into counter. Okay, if it instantly builds the dictionary and unlocks the most common function that we love. Okay, so why do we care? Because K-mer frequencies are the foundation of alignment free sequence comparison. Certain bacteria have very specific 6-mer profiles. If you take a soil samples, chop all the DNA into 6-mers and count them, you can actually identify what species of bacteria are in the dirt without ever aligning the reads to a reference genome. It's incredibly fast. Furthermore, if you see a specific K-mer repeating thousands of times, it usually points to a biologically important region, like a telomere, centromere, or a viral insertion. And that is K-mer counting. So we have learned the concept of sliding windows, and you just built a highly optimized mathematical tool using pure Python. But looking at a dictionary of texts is a bit boring. So in our next video, we are going to bring back our data visualization skills. And yeah, I'll show you the next video, and the code will be in the GitHub repository as always. And you can try changing the K value to 2 and see what the most common dinucleotide is. Hit the likes button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.